Hello everyone, and welcome to the Wonder Garden channel. When we grow orchids, we all hope that the plants in our garden stay healthy, produce plenty of flower spikes, bloom brightly, maintain their color, and last a long time on the stems. However, not everyone knows the right way to care for them to encourage more flowers and sustain the plant's long-term vitality. In today's video, I will share with you a new way to care for orchids. Very simple, yet highly effective. This method helps orchids grow more evenly, stimulates the production of more flower spikes, produces bigger and more vibrant blooms, and extends the flowering period. You don't need to buy expensive or complicated fertilizers. With just a little time and gentle care, you can make a noticeable difference in your orchids. Let's get started. Do you have small dried shallots like these at home? Normally, after being stored for a long time, dried shallots start to sprout, and many people choose to throw them away. However, few people know that dried shallots are actually a very valuable ingredient for plants, especially orchids. Today, I will make use of sprouted dried shallots, or if you have dried shallots that haven't sprouted yet, they can still be used perfectly well. No matter their condition, dried shallots still provide very beneficial effects for plants. Dried shallots contain many natural antibacterial compounds, sulfur, vitamins, and minerals that help inhibit fungi, reduce harmful bacteria affecting the roots, and stimulate healthier plant growth. When used properly, dried shallots also help boost plant resistance, promote strong root development, and make the leaves greener and glossier. In addition to the English voice, we have now created dubbed voices in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Hindi, and Indonesian to help you understand the content more easily. Listen in your preferred language by opening the video and clicking on Settings, the gear icon, to select the appropriate audio language. After finely chopping the dried shallots like this, I put all of the chopped shallots into a clean glass jar. Using a glass container helps prevent contamination, ensures safety, and preserves the nutrients fully for the orchids when the solution is used. Then add 500 milliliters of boiling water. Cover the jar and let it steep for 1 day. The next ingredient I use is rice. Rice is a very familiar ingredient, but it contains a rich amount of B vitamins, minerals, and natural energy that help stimulate root growth and support faster recovery, especially for weak orchids or those that have just been repotted. I will use 3 tablespoons of rice and put them into a clean cup or jar. Then add 500 milliliters of water at room temperature. After adding the water, gently stir and let this solution sit for 1 day. During the soaking process, the rice water will become slightly cloudy. This is a sign that the vitamins and minerals have dissolved and are ready to be used for the orchids. To determine whether an orchid needs watering, the most accurate and safest way is to observe its roots. When the roots appear silvery green, off-white, or slightly gray and feel dry to the touch, this is a sign that the plant has nearly used up its stored water and it is time to water. On the other hand, if the roots are still deep green, plump, and moist, it means the plant does not need watering yet. Watering at this time can easily lead to excess moisture, causing the roots to become suffocated and potentially rot. From my experience growing orchids, each time before applying organic fertilizer, I always water the plant first. Watering beforehand helps moisten the root system evenly, making the roots softer and more active. At that point, the nutrients in the organic fertilizer are absorbed more gently and effectively, helping to avoid root shock or root burn, especially for weak orchids or those that have just been repotted. In addition, once the roots have absorbed enough water, the fertilizer solution will spread evenly throughout the growing medium, allowing the plant to take up nutrients in a stable and safe way. This is a small but very important step that helps orchids recover faster, develop strong roots, and create a good foundation for producing new flower spikes later on. After one day, when both solutions have been soaked for enough time, I carefully strain them to remove all the residue, keeping only the nutrient-extracted liquid. Next, I combine the rice water with the shallot water, creating a nutrient-rich mixture. If you want to learn the secret to caring for Phalaenopsis orchids, make sure to watch this video carefully until the end. Your orchids will become strong, grow new roots, and bloom vibrantly all year round. Finally, I add 1 liter of clean water to dilute the solution. Diluting is very important, as it makes the organic fertilizer gentle, prevents shocking the plant, and allows the orchid to absorb nutrients gradually and more effectively during care. Method 1. You can use this solution to water directly at the base of the orchids. When watering, pour slowly and evenly around the base so the solution gradually soaks into the growing medium. This method helps the nutrients from the shallot and rice water penetrate deeply, nourishing the roots from within and stimulating stronger new root growth. Dried shallots have natural antibacterial properties that help reduce harmful fungi and bacteria affecting the roots, while rice water provides gentle vitamins and minerals that support the plant's recovery and stable growth. With healthy roots, orchids absorb nutrients more effectively, resulting in more flower spikes and longer-lasting blooms. It's recommended to use this base watering method 1 to 2 times a month, and it can be alternated with other organic fertilizers to help the orchids grow evenly and sustainably over time. Method 2. Pour a small amount of the solution into a cup, then use a soft cotton pad to gently wipe the entire orchid leaf, including the top surface and especially the underside of the leaf. Wiping the leaves this way helps remove dust from the surface, allowing the leaves to absorb light more effectively and improving the photosynthesis process. At the same time, the shallot and rice water solution helps reduce fungi, bacteria, and harmful insects like aphids or tiny mites that often hide on the underside of the leaves. For weak, slow-growing, or recently recovering orchids, this leaf wiping method is especially effective. When the leaves are cleaned and healthier, the plant recovers quickly, grows steadily, and encourages the formation of new roots as well as new flower spikes. You should maintain this leaf wiping routine about twice a month. This is a simple care method, but delivers noticeable results, keeping your orchids clean, healthy, and promoting better growth over time. Method 3. Pour the remaining solution into a spray bottle to mist and care for the entire orchid plant. Before spraying, use a soft cotton pad to gently tuck into the leaf axils, especially where the leaves meet the stem. This step helps prevent water from pooling in the crevices, which are spots where fungi and bacteria can easily cause tip rot. Then, mist evenly over the entire plant, covering both the top and underside of the leaves. It's best to do this early in the morning when the weather is cool, allowing the plant to absorb nutrients effectively and giving the leaves enough time to dry during the day. Leave the cotton pads in place for about 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, remove the cotton pads and check the leaves. If you notice water still pooled on the leaf surface or in the leaf axils, use a cotton pad or soft cloth to gently wipe and absorb the excess solution. This method allows the orchid to absorb nutrients safely, reduces the risk of fungal infections, and keeps the leaves clean, dry, and healthy, creating ideal conditions for the plant to grow quickly and produce more flower spikes. Finally, place the orchid pots in a dry, airy spot with gentle diffused light, avoiding direct, harsh sunlight. Results. After using the fertilizer. After consistently applying this care method for a period of time, you'll notice very clear changes in your orchids. New roots begin to emerge, plump, shiny green, firmly anchoring into the medium, and functioning much more actively. The orchid leaves become thicker, sturdier, and glossy, no longer wrinkled or yellowed as before. Slow-growing orchids gradually recover, grow more steadily, and start forming healthy dormant buds. Most importantly, after proper care, new flower spikes will gradually appear. The flower stems become fuller, more blooms appear per spike, and the flowers last longer. This shows that the organic fertilizer made from shallots and rice works naturally, safely, and sustainably. With just a little patience and regular care, your orchids will reward you with remarkable results, creating a healthy and vibrant orchid garden over time. The flowers you see here were all cared for, alternately using homemade organic fertilizers. I've shared all these care methods in detail on the Wonder Garden channel, so you can refer to them for more options suitable for each cherished orchid in your garden. Every orchid in each growth stage requires different care, and alternating the use of organic fertilizers helps the plant develop in a balanced, sustainable, and long-lasting healthy way. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wonder Garden to not miss out on other simple, safe, and effective orchid care methods. Thank you for watching and accompanying Wonder Garden.